Someone else join us?
Okay, I've gotten deleted calling user 2. I think that may have been me twice or something.
Okay. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and perhaps Commissioner Duda got held up, or he will join us shortly. Notice is hereby given that the Williamson County Election Commission will convene in a called meeting on Thursday, December 3rd at 4 o'clock by telephone or electronically under Governor Bill Lee's Executive Order 16, which has been superseded by Executive Order 34 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Additional measures are being taken to comply with the Tennessee open meeting requirements to allow for public access. However, physical public access may be limited to protect public health, safety, and welfare. Please email Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections, for access to the meeting or for more information. If we could do a roll call of the commissioners. I'm Robert Brown, Chairman.
Dana Smith, Secretary.
Kim Hinkey.
Right, present.
And I noticed the call-in user number 4. Is that Phyllis Strife?
No, Phyllis is with me here in the office.
Okay. And so I recognize we have a quorum. We have 2 visitors today, Betty Holmes with the Women of League of Women Voters, and Tom Gunn. Tom, are you representing anyone? Are you with yourself, or?
I'm just with myself, just a citizen of Williamson County.
Okay. Well, welcome. We usually let our visitors, if they have any business or have anything they'd like to discuss, to go first. I'd like to, before we start with the agenda, offer that to Betty and to Tom if they have anything they wish to say.
I do not.
I do not.
Commissioner Duda has joined us.
Sorry about being late, gentlemen and ladies.
We were just asking our 2 visitors, Betty Holmes with the League of Women Voters. She does not wish to make any statement. And then Tom Gunn was, did you have a statement or did you have any questions?
No, I did not.
Okay. We will get started with the meeting. Notice we have a full quorum of all commissioners are present. Under old business, I'm assuming everyone has reviewed these minutes. We have quite a few we need to go through. If we could do them rather quickly, it'd be great. We have the minutes from June the 10th. Anyone have any comments or questions or changes to the minutes from June the 10th? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
Chairman, I would getting a lot of feedback. Sorry.
Need my approval again.
Do we have a motion from Commissioner Strife?
Correct. For June 10th.
We have a second.
Kim Hinkey, second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Strife and a second from Commissioner Hinkey. All those in favor, actually, we have to do a roll call vote here. I'm sorry, according to the new electronic rules. Dana Smith?
Aye.
Phyllis Strife?
Aye.
Kim Hinkey?
Aye.
And Jonathan Duda.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. We have minutes from September the 8th. Any changes, corrections, additions to those minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Strife approved.
I have a motion.
from
Commissioner Strife.
Commissioner Strife.
Yes, is there a second?
Kim Henke, second.
I have a second from Commissioner Henke. Roll call vote. Dana Smith,
Aye.
Phyllis Strife,
Phyllis Strife.
Commissioner Henke,
Aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Aye.
A motion to approve September 8th minutes passes 5-0. Minutes from September 14th. Any corrections, additions, or changes to those minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Strife approved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Strife to approve. Is there a second?
Kim Henke, second, just to keep things going.
Second from Commissioner Henke. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner
Strife.
Strife,
Aye.
Commissioner Henke,
Aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. We have minutes from September 24th. Does anyone have any additions, corrections, or changes to those minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the September 24th minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve. Minutes. Duda.
We have a motion from Commissioner Duda for September 24th. Is there a second?
Kim Henke, second. Kim Henke, second.
We have a second from Commissioner Henke. I'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Strife, Commissioner Strife, could you be louder?
Aye.
Did you get that?
Commissioner Henke,
Aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Okay, we have 3 more to get through here, guys. We got October 1st minutes. Any changes, additions, or corrections? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve those.
I move approval of October 1st minutes.
I have a motion from Commissioner Duda to approve October 1st minutes. Is there a second?
Kim Henke, second. Kim Henke, second.
We have a second from Commissioner Henke. I'll take a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Strife,
One more time, sir.
Commissioner
Aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to approve the minutes from October 22nd. Any additions, changes, or corrections to those minutes? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the October 22nd minutes.
I move for approval October 22nd minutes.
Commissioner Duda has made a motion to approve the October 22nd minutes. Is there a second?
Kim Henke, second. Kim Henke, second.
Commissioner Henke has seconded that motion. I'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Strife,
Aye.
Commissioner Henke,
Aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Duda, aye.
Motion carries 5-0. And the last one, November 19th. Did we get those minutes done?
No, sir, they're incomplete. I'm still listening to the recording on that one. So
We will
need to
defer.
get that.
November 19th minutes to the next meeting. Okay, thank you guys for getting through that. Old business. Would you guys prefer to discuss old business number 2, the poll official policies and procedures in person? Since we're having very difficult communication today.
Kim Hankey, I would prefer to defer.
Okay, Commissioner Hinkie would rather defer. Any other thoughts on that? Commissioner Smith?
Yes, I would like to defer.
Commissioner Dune, are you okay with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Chair will defer item 2 on the agenda, the poll official policies and procedures. We will do that in an in-person meeting. Under new business, we need to review the 2020 Convenient Vote Center plan prior to the consideration of permanent adoption by the Tennessee General Assembly. I do not believe we can put this off, Chad, for timing reasons. Is that correct?
Just wanted to throw these statistics out there for you all. The General Assembly will act on this when the session begins in January. There's some routine questions that I have to answer about how things went, but we'll just wait for the coordinator of elections to take the lead on the legislation to make us a permanent vote center county in the state.
Yeah, so that was the statistics you sent listing each vote center and what percentage of the people voted there that were not the closest to that vote center?
That is correct. The parameters that we used with the nearest vote center concept when we started all this used a number of different criteria, and I thought that this would be helpful to show where voters cast their ballots regardless of where they live. So, or regardless of what is closest to them. As you can see, a lot of the main thoroughfares and the places where people work and travel to and from work seem to be the more popular locations.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the vote centers. I did not get any negative comments. I had several positive comments and positive feedback. Any other commissioner have any feedback they'd like to share about their thoughts on the vote centers?
Well, I do. This is Commissioner Duda. I too experienced, had very good experience and very, very good feedback from not only citizens, but also poll workers. Poll workers that I spoke to, or poll officials at a couple of locations, had said how helpful it is to voters to not to be turned away at a precinct because they're at the wrong precinct. That was a noticeable improvement for our voters. I think the locations as well, after thinking about the locations and looking at the information that Chad had provided to us about the usage of the locations and the outside voters, I think it improved voter turnout, frankly. So Chad, if you're giving feedback to the state, I think it contributed to our high voter turnout. I know we had high voter turnout in this type of election anyway, but in the districts that have sometimes lagged, precincts that have sometimes been lower, I think having outside opportunity to go to a convenience center has improved demonstrably, to my satisfaction, improved turnout. So I only have positive things to say, Chairman, about the vote center, convenience center turnout. And I'll add this: one of the objections that we may have thought we would hear, I thought that we might hear, I didn't hear any from voters, about the limitation of going from a number of precincts and a number of vote centers to a lower number of convenience centers. But I don't have anybody that has said that they could not vote, that their convenience was not there for them to vote by us reducing the number of quote unquote precinct centers. So those are my comments. I hope they get incorporated in any feedback we provide the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Duda. I would like to just point out that I believe, Chad, this was a record turnout for Williamson County. 82%, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's of our total registered voters, including the inactive ones on our roll.
Well, actually, that would be just the active only. I believe we're closer to 79 if you include everybody.
Okay.
So I know that number gets a little confusing, but our inactive voters most likely are no longer residents, but the state uses those for our voter registration numbers. So,
But with either way you look at it, it was a record turnout for Williamson County. Is that correct?
yes, I believe that we exceeded it just slightly over, I think 2008 may have been close to that too. But yes, and the early voting turnout was obviously the largest we've ever had.
And I believe early vote turnout was the highest in the state. If I was reading the reports from the state office correctly. Any other comments on the convenience center vote plan, the convenient vote center plan?
Vote at the rec center, and they really compliment us.
I think Commissioner Strife was talking about the early voting at the Franklin Rec Center. Okay.
They really like that.
Chad, do you need us to vote on this, on our the commission's moving forward to make this a permanent adoption by the Tennessee General Assembly?
I'm not sure if that's required, but I'm sure it would not hurt to go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if we should wait on the coordinator, but if you all feel comfortable, we could go ahead and do that. It probably actually would be, I guess when we voted to do the pilot program, that was perhaps implied, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt anything to vote in favor of this at this point.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2020 Convenience Vote Center Plan and make it a permanent request for permanent adoption by the Tennessee General Assembly. So someone make that motion?
Ms. Smith, I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Ms. Smith to make this a permanent convenient vote center plan. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
A second from Commissioner Duda. Is there any further discussion?
Just a clarification, Chairman. We're making a request that our current plan, the plan that we have in place that was part of a trial, we're making requests that current plan be made permanent.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm in support fully of that motion. We don't have a plan in front of us to review. I didn't know if it had changed.
We did review the plan
Several months ago.
well, probably a year ago. But that plan has not changed. Chad, has the plan has not changed since we submitted it, correct?
No, that is correct. It is what you all moved forward with and what I presented back last year about this time. So there was no deviation from the plan. Everything that was laid out in the plan is what was implemented this calendar year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
like to also point out that after the redistricting takes place and the new county commission seats are drawn, new state rep seats, we will have the opportunity at that point to move convenience centers if the new lines, suggest that. So we'll have opportunities to move those around before redistricting takes place. Okay, we have a motion on the table and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Strife?
Aye.
Commissioner Hinkie?
Aye.
Commissioner Duda?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. The next item of new business is applicable dates regarding municipal elections in 2021 and county redistricting information for 2021. Chad, would you comment?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman. We've got 2 elections that are our responsibility solely next year. The City of Brentwood election, the first Tuesday in May, which is May 4th, and the City of Franklin municipal election, which is the 4th Tuesday in October 26th next fall. So I wanted you all to go ahead and mark your calendars to that effect. And also in the email that I sent a little while ago, it gives you a timetable about how the population figures and redistricting timetable will go this next year regarding our countywide redistricting and then the legislative redistricting.
Thank you, Chad. Any other new business to bring before the commission? I have some new business I'd like to bring up. I know we're seeing a lot of information in other states regarding Dominion as a vendor and their election system. And I would like to propose that our commission formally send a letter from Chad, our election administrator, to review the Dominion vendor and the Dominion system. It's the state election coordinator and the state election commission that reviews and approves and certifies both the vendor and the election system. And I would just like their review of that. I do believe I noticed there was a 2002 rule that they were to review these every 8 years. I'm not quite sure where we fit in that cycle, but I'd like to be a little proactive here and just request the state election coordinator go ahead and do that review, giving all the questions and testimonies that are going on relating to Dominion. Does anyone else have thoughts on that?
Chairman, I agree. I think it would be prudent for us to make the request. We're not of the capacity to review the type of systematic systems that originally were approved by the state. And I don't think it would do any harm other than to be prudent to make sure that our system is something the state is comfortable with, and us making a formal request would initiate that review.
So you're wanting to ask them to do the review now, even though it may not be time to do it?
Yeah, that's, in my opinion, giving all the publicity. I do not think anything happened in Williamson County with our system. I'm totally confident in it. However, I don't have the expertise, neither do I think anyone on our staff has the expertise to look at some of these software accusations or allegations. I think the state has that ability, and they can come back and advise, either say, yeah, it's certified, everything's fine, or if we have a problem, they would alert us to that. I'd like them to go ahead and do that review because we don't have that capability. And it's really not even it's their job to do that.
But I also kind of think by asking, we're giving credibility to it.
Credibility to what?
That their Dominion may have been doing something and we don't see that in Williamson County. I don't know. I'm not opposed, I'm just not.
Yeah, I don't want this to be read in any way that I'm making any accusations or think there are any allegations. I'm just seeing testimony in the states in front of the state legislative bodies that I think the state might do it anyway. I just think we should be on record asking them. In no way am I implying that there's an issue, but I think we should be prudent.
Okay.
Any other comments, Commissioner Strife or Commissioner Hinkie?
Kim Hinkie, no comments.
Well, Commissioner Duda, do you want to make that as a motion? Or?
I'm contemplating the language of that, and I don't know if I have the right language. Do you have anything that you thought your thought would be? And I'd be glad to make the motion.
Yeah. I was just thinking we would ask our Chad Gray, our administrator, to write a letter just requesting the review of our election vendor and our election system.
I move that we formally request through our election administrator, a review of our of Dominion, and an affirmation that it's certified by the state through their review process.
We have a motion on the table from Commissioner Duda. Is there a second?
Strife. You want to say that again?
We have a second from Commissioner Strife. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote on the motion. Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Strife? Commissioner Duda?
Commissioner Duda, aye.
Commissioner Hinkie?
Aye.
Chairman votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. I did notice we had a new visitor, Garrett R. Did notice just recently that popped up on the screen.
Yes, well, I'm a citizen of Franklin and just wanted to listen into the meeting today.
And your first name or last name?
My first name is Garrett.
We need your last name for the minutes.
Yes, my last name is Richardson.
Secretary Smith, did you get that? Dana, did you get that?
I got it.
Garrett, was there anything you'd like to comment on or ask questions about?
Not necessarily. I am interested, Mr. Brown, about your concerns about Dominion. That's certainly a concern of mine, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, I just would like to clarify, I don't have any concerns about the Williamson County election that took place in November. My concern is more about other states and other allegations that we don't have the capacity to address those, but the state does. So just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other new business to bring before the
Well, Mr. Chairman, I guess I'll get with you on how we want that worded to the state election commission, because I'll probably need some guidance from you about what exactly it should say.
Yeah, that's fine. We can talk tomorrow offline. Chad, do you have any further business?
I do not. Just the one item pertaining to the city of Brentwood election. Petitions maybe start start to be issued. That is on December I think it's the 21st. So we will start into another election cycle there here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, before we start the next election cycle, I just want to go on the record, Chad, and commend you personally for a great job you've done this year. Very difficult election cycle with our 3 elections. And please commend your staff on my behalf. And I believe the commission would agree with me. I think you guys did an excellent job. We learn things too that we can do better, which is always the case. We need to be always learning and always improving. But I thought particularly our COVID response, my understanding is the health department in Williamson County has said there's not one COVID case that they can track back to elections. And I think that's partly a testimony to you and your staff and our poll officials and poll workers doing an outstanding job, particularly as we improved our voter numbers by about 38,000 from 2016. So I just want, hopefully, to pass that on to you, and hopefully you'll pass that on to your staff as well. And just thank you for the hard work you've done this year.
Well, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, thank you all very much. It was very much a team effort. We had some rough days at times, but with trying to manage all of what we had coming at us. But we got through it, and we were very glad that our voter participation was the highest, what appears to be the highest in the state once again. So thank you very much. It was very much a team effort. I have to thank my staff, of course, and of course, all of our poll officials that are out there on the front lines. They do an excellent job, and we couldn't do it without them for sure.
Any other business or comments?
Chairman, I concur with your comments fully. Thank you for making that statement for the staff of the Election Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner Duda. Anything else? Seeing none, I will declare the meeting adjourned, although, I'm sorry, before adjournment, do we need to set up another meeting, or did we going to do that when you need it, Chad?
I guess if it's all right with you all, we'll probably meet sometime early next year, just to wrap up some loose ends with minutes, and we might go ahead and approve the call for the election from the city of Brentwood and everything. We could probably do that, and then follow up on the poll official policies and procedures if Mr. Duda's okay with that.
Let's, why don't you let us know when you'd like that, early January sometime, and then we'll make that an in-person meeting so we can discuss the policy and procedures relating to poll officials. I think that really needs to be an in-person meeting.
That's something
Okay.
that we can certainly do. I'll try to let you all know sooner rather than later. We're things are countywide speaking in regards to the virus, we're going to have a lot of our employees are going to be on vacation the next several weeks. And so I think probably the first or second week of January would be appropriate for that.
Okay. Any other business? Seeing none, we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you guys so much.